What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I am back today to give you guys a review of the New Balance 990 V4 in this Arctic Gray colorway. So this New Balance 990 V4 was released as part of the New Balance Spring and Summer 2024 line. Dropping on March 28th, I know it's been a while, but these retailed for a price of $210 US or $285 here in Canada. The official colorway for this shoe is Arctic Gray and Black, and the style code is U990BB4. And the reason why I'm reviewing this so late is for some reason, this is a general release New Balance sneaker that has received a ton of hype. It's been extremely popular. It's pretty much been selling out everywhere, especially in the larger sizes. But in typical Canadian fashion, our stores got these late, so I managed to grab this pair over at Kith Toronto last week. So this shoe has been extremely popular. People have been claiming this to be the New Balance sneaker of the year so far, or at least at minimum, the general release colorway of the year. So I was really curious to see how were these in real life, did they live up to the hype, and what my thoughts were about these in person. So first things first, here's a quick look at the box. So this comes in a dark blue colored cardboard box. We have this retro New Balance logo on the very top, along with Made in USA branding on the side of the lid. And if anyone out there can tell me, how does New Balance determine which color box comes with the respective shoes? I know the usual Made in USA New Balance box is typically gray nowadays, whereas it was that cream color before. But for some reason, certain shoes they've given us this blue colored box instead. So if anyone has any idea, drop your thoughts down below. So this is the beloved New Balance 990 V4 silhouette. And diving into the details of this shoe, as we start things off with the toe box, this is covered in a silver colored mesh. Right above this, towards the tip of the shoe, we have this thin layer of reflective silver 3M, and then overlaid on both sides of the toe box, we have this synthetic perforated black colored nubuck. Wrapping around the front toe box, we have this grayish blue colored suede, and this suede covers the entire mid panel of the shoe as well. Stitched on top of this, we have this blacked out New Balance N logo, which is also done in this reflective 3M finish. And then next to this, we have a combination of that silver mesh and black colored synthetic nubuck. Covering the eyelids of the sneaker, instead of the same suede, we have a nubuck layer instead. This is done in more of a grayish tone blue, so it's very slightly different from the suede panels. The top two eyelids are covered in this TPU layer, and then we have more of this nubuck covering the back of the heel as well. On the lateral side only, we have 990 branding pressed on in the silver finish. In the middle, we have that perforated synthetic nubuck, and we have this semicircle New Balance branding in red. And then on the top of the heel, this is covered in this gray colored perforated reflective layer with Made in the USA branding found across. And then on the bottom of the heel, we have this translucent TPU heel clip, which gives you additional structure and support for the back end of the shoe. For the laces, they changed things up a bit, giving us these rope style laces instead of the typical flat lace. This gives the shoe more of a trail inspired look and feel, but if you're not feeling these laces, they also come with a flat black colored lace as well. Underneath this, the tongue is lightly padded, and it's covered in that same silver colored mesh that we saw covering the toe box. And then on the very top of the tongue, we have this rectangular overlay of synthetic nubuck, and here we have Made in the USA New Balance 990 V4 branding. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is covered in a silver colored mesh, and the collar is pretty minimally padded. And then as far as the insole goes, this is your typical New Balance 990 insole. It's decently padded, and it's covered in this dark blue finish on top. And then pressed onto the heel, you can find New Balance branding right here. So the upper of this shoe sits atop this blacked out foam midsole. We have New Balance's end cap technology, which is visible on the heel of the sneaker, and this is a dual density foam setup, one of New Balance's most popular setups, consisting of a softer EVA core surrounded by a stiffer polyurethane rim, giving you a good balance of softness with support. And then turning the shoe over to the bottom, the outsole here is also blacked out, so this is all done in black rubber. We have these three horizontal slits on the forefoot to give you added flexibility. And then in the middle of the outsole, this acts as a torsion bar, giving you added rigidity and support around the midfoot area of the sneaker and to help prevent your foot from twisting when walking or running. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about how these fit, to me these fit like any other 990 V4, so I personally prefer to go a half size down. My foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, meaning when I go to a shoe store, step on a branding device, I'm actually a size 10 in between a D and an E width. So getting these in a size 9.5, they fit me perfectly. This is the same size that I would wear for the 990 V3, V5, and V6, the 992, 993, whereas I stay true to size or a size 10 in other New Balance silhouettes like the 2002R, 1906R, 991, 991 V2, and the 1500. So I feel like for narrow, normal, or slightly wide footers, if you don't want the shoe to be extremely spacious, go that half size down from your normal, for example, Nike size. Next up, in terms of the comfort, so the 990 V4 in my opinion is extremely comfortable. Not only does it give you a decent amount of plushness, but it still feels extremely supportive. It just forms to your feet so well, it cradles it while giving you an adequate amount of cushioning. So this silhouette is one that I would highly recommend to people if, for example, they're taking one shoe on vacation, or if they're just going to be on their feet for hours and hours on end. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship, so this is your typical made in USA New Balance sneaker. The quality of the shoe I thought was pretty solid. They utilized genuine suede and nubuck, which is always appreciated, especially when you compare it to some of the other major brands. And the overall build of the shoe I thought was fine. There were some minor issues with glue stains around this midsole area, especially where it connects to the upper. But other than that, the stitch job was good, the panels were consistent between my left and right feet, and there were no major flaws that I could see with this sneaker. So judging these in hand, I really had no problems with them whatsoever. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up for you, and I'll show you guys how these look. All in all, this is a decent, typical made in USA New Balance sneaker. We get solid materials, a good build, the comfort is exceptional. It just comes down to what do you feel about this colorway specifically. I think it's a decent colorway, but I think it's one that's better suited for maybe fall and winter. I don't really see myself wearing this at all in the spring and summer. And yes, it's a solid colorway, but I really don't love it that much. And to me, I just personally wouldn't call it the New Balance sneaker of the year so far. Again, there's no right or wrong answer. Everyone has their own opinion, which is the beauty of sneakers. And in my humble opinion, like I said, it's a solid shoe, but not one that I absolutely need to have in my collection. Maybe I just don't love blacked out midsoles, especially when you pair it with this muted blue upper. I don't know, there's just something about it that it doesn't really speak to me that much. But leave your thoughts down below. Are you a huge fan of this colorway? Or are you kind of like me and you appreciate it, but it's not a shoe that you absolutely love? As usual though, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check me out on X at sean.go spelt out, and visit my website at seango.ca. So thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Appreciate your continued love and support, and I'll catch all of you in my next video.